the three major crews. Out of the three major crews, the Visual Scratch Pickles broke up. Executioners broke up, especially after Raider passed away.
Mm-hmm.
The Junkies were still together. The thing is, out of the three, Scratch Pickles and Execution were were probably the most popular, right? So the thing is that when we celebrated our 20th anniversary, we're still together because like I said, most groups broke up already. You know, most hip hop groups, most crews break up. We were like any crews, any families. We still have our internal, internal struggles within the crew, conflicts within the crew.
Of course.
But for the majority of most of us stay together and hang out, and even though if cats were doing separate things, we support each other, right? So when we got our 20-year anniversary, when we did our 20-year anniversary, we were tripping out how many people came out to support. We're like, and even seeing younger fans, we're like, holy shit. So from then on, we were more mature because we were like, we were mostly artists, and then business-wise, we weren't really on top of our shit. But now that we're older, cats have families, cats have responsibilities. We already went through the stringers, and we understand, like, look, this is almost like an opportunity. We can take we can take the Junkies and take it to the next level. And from then on, we just said, because we had our own record label and all that stuff, but we're still being artists. Now that cats are like we're a little bit more settled and stuff, but still, even though we have our careers, we're like, yo, let's do something. We started on a record pool, started having merch, doing this, and then the idea of having a school came up. So, out of all of us, Mr. Chalk was the only one that is very experienced as a teacher because he was the head instructor over at Scratch Academy in LA. Scratch Academy originally came from New York, started by Jam Master Jay. They opened up a school in LA. Mr. Chalk was the head instructor. Now the thing is, by that time, things were going, like anything, there were a lot of changes and stuff, and we had to learn how to fit what we're going to do.
Yeah, of course.
D Styles was the one who came up with the idea, saying like, "Hey guys, why don't we open up a school?" And it's like at first we're like, because again, coming from that background as a b-boy, hip hop, you don't show your secrets to the competition.
Right.
That was the time coming up, right? You only show it to maybe your own crew members or whatever, whatnot. But if you want to learn this shit, you gotta pay me or whatever, whatnot. But you never show your techniques, especially against the competition and stuff. D Styles put in this perspective and saying, well, look at all the champion boxers when they're retired. They open up a gym. Now, not saying we retired, but we're just kind of like to the point where we're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Add to that, Babu even said it like this. Look, why is it that any other cultures, other music genres and cultures, they revert their OGs, the people before them, right? Or in culture-wise, you always traditionally share the knowledge, right? Hip-hop is the only genre, only culture where there's a big generation gap. Like, you have the OG saying, you have older cats saying like, yo man, these young cats don't know what they're doing. Fuck, they're fucking it up. Then you got the younger cats that say, fuck the OGs, fuck the old guys. They ain't sharing shit. But at the same time, they want to be they want to be popular, right? There's that generation gap. We're at a point now. We're starting to be, I guess, OGs now, right? We're at that point. And I told you again, like I told you this before earlier, is that I don't want to be. That's crazy. A lot of us don't want to be that old guy, that like the old grumpy guy, like get off my lawn type shit. Which because we're still doing what we're doing,
Yeah.
But a lot of people, we heard a lot of people complain a lot. It goes back to what I said earlier. It's like, what are you gonna do? You complain. People are talking shit. complaining about, oh man, they don't know about this, they don't know about that. What do you know? But a lot of them that are complaining ain't doing shit. A lot of them are just mostly in the sidelines. So when that came into perspective, it's like, it's, you know, especially with DJing at the time, it was another going through changes. A lot of people were getting undercut. You can see a lot of EDM DJs and all this shit getting bigger and stuff like that. It got to a point where it's like either we can be like the people that complain, or like, what are we gonna do about it? And that's when, shit. All right, D, you're right. Let's open up a school. And then the only way is like, dude, we talk about like cultures being, you know, the culture's not being shared. So that's the thing is that that's when we said like, okay, if we want our culture to survive and be given to the next generation, it's up to us to share that knowledge.
My question is, what fucking building did you guys rent out or bought out?
Oh, we're renting.
Go ahead and put all that Serato equipment, all those records, and all that shit you put in.
It took us a while. It took us about a year and a half to find a place until we found the actual spot now, which is in Glendale and stuff. We went all over LA to find, you know, and that just happened to be the spot. Like, it was in Glendale, and we were just like, I think we got the spot. And then once we signed the contracts that we got it, you know, and how much rent was, we're like, oh shit, no turning back now. We got to do this. And so, and then it took us, once we signed the contract, it took us a whole year to build out the school, to build out the curriculum, and then we finally opened. So we were there for 2 years. 1 year just to get everything the way we want it and to build our curriculum, and then the next year is when we open. You know, this year was our 2022. We opened up in 2000. I think 2017 or 2018.
So, again, well, actually, not again. It turns 3 questions automatically. First question, I'll pause the music because I want to play this next song just because I absolutely love how you did this song. But would you recommend your students to stay in hip hop or go their ways and become architects, artists, whatever?
Well, our students ironically is diverse their taste, right? So, yeah. But a lot of the techniques is based upon hip hop. But yep. we say like this: a lot of techniques. A lot of EDM or house DJs also use hip hop techniques and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, so the thing is, what we want to do is teach them the fundamentals. You know, there are going to be other people who are teaching them other things, but we're going to teach them fundamentals that we think, you know, is like, you know, right. And then we say, you can apply it, and then you can apply this to any genres. Because the good thing about us is that, granted, our core foundation is hip hop, but we play house music, we play reggae. We play jazz, we play funk, we play soul, we play broken beat. But the way we play it, we still play it on like hip hop style. And we've seen some of our students are incredible. Like once the light bulb turns on, that's when their personality comes in. Like some of our students will be playing like some dope new wave sets. You know, some people are just like. Just a mishmash of everything, but the way they did it, but learning the text and we showed them, but they're putting their personality. That's our thing. And the most important thing we tell them, we're not going to guarantee you a career in DJing, but we promise you a lifetime of passion of DJing.
That's just from a fan.
Right. But that's what we tell our students.
That's ultimately what you have to tell them, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Until I heard the actual art of turntablism was because of you on that one part, and I re-listened to that track. Oh, blah 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 blah. You call this a song?
All right, right.
That is my favorite track by you.
Thank you.
Um,
That's all. If you listen to it, that's pretty much scratch music. Everything is
Oh,
done
I
like,
know.
yeah.
That's all you. That is
So
that is literally all
yeah,
you.
it's multi-tracked and stuff. So I mean, uh, when I made Volume 2, so Babs obviously became Volume 1 and stuff. So and Babs just recently won. At the time, he just won 95 DMC West Coast Championship. Went to name, like that. So, and he was really making a name for himself, and. So, and my thing was like technically wise, Babs
Baboon
is
Filipino as well, right?
yes. So,
Yeah.
Babs, honestly, dude, technically way better than me. Fucking like he's iller like that. So, the thing is, when I made Volume 2, I wanted to kind of bridge turntablism, uh, mixtape style, you know, all the shit that was playing independently together, and do my production at the same time. Kind of like on some, I don't know if you remember that Funk Master Flex album, the 60 minutes of funk.
I did. Yep.
So my basically my album is kind of like based on that loosely because he had singles, right? So
Mhm.
what I did, I wanted to took it to the next level. What Babs did was like he killed it and stuff. But I was like, well, what am I gonna do? So I wanted to come up with a single, so featuring my production.
Yeah.
So
You
I
did,
did,
man.
so
Literally.
I did from the ground up and Ubiquity and I made it as a 12-inch single.
No,
Then and
fuck.
then I
No, you did Universal Magic in a way I didn't hear it from.
no. What I'm trying to say is like to promote the album, the mixtape. I did a single. I had a 12-inch single to promote the album. And then when you get the album, it's all the groups that Ironically, I've been blessed. Half of the people that played on the album that I played the records on, I know them personally, so I was able to get them to play and they were all independent. I mean, the only ones I had to go through get licensing was Exhibit and the Licks because they were on Loud Records and shit
Really,
like
on the
yeah,
Alcoholics.
yeah. So
You literally you fucking killed that fucking what is it? Rocking with the Best.
yeah,
Yo, that's like
yeah. So I had to get permission. I mean, I know the Licks personally, but I had to get permission from Loud Records because that was all the records. That was all the songs. They were all independent. Loud was independent, but they were major independent. So everyone gave me my blessings, like everyone from Peanut Butter Wolf, everyone from Raucous, everyone from uh, anyone that I got on there. They said go for it, and honestly it helped. It kind of broke, like from what I understand, it broke a lot of like it turned on a lot of people that they didn't know about and shit like that, especially on the West Coast, from the
yeah.
West Coast.
So Spit was my favorite fucking track.
Mm.
Just because it went from Spit to Socrates.
Oh yeah.
So I fucking love that shit, man. Uh Let me play it right now. The last bit, the all-star lineup. Yo, did you make that beat?
So that particular song was from a mixtape called "You Call This a Mixtape" Volume 4.
Yeah.
So when I being made, I was like, you know what? A lot of people didn't at the time didn't hear that particular posse cut, so I put that posse cut on Beat Junkies Volume 2.
Yeah.
And a lot of it because a lot of people on there were just starting to to brew like Charlie, Jurassic 5, Razkaz, Dilated,
Yeah.
Visionaries. Everybody, they were starting. So I wanted to showcase the people that like, yo, LA hip hop, we underground hip hop, we got some
Yeah, I
shit.
got it.
You know, we have some shit. So I wanted to show that and stuff. And I'm very lucky that, you know, Visionaries. That's my other group. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
you know, so it's like I wanted to show the, you know, show the people that like, yo, man, we got a tight, you know, tight community, tight scene
Uh,
here.
I'll tell you a story about Visionaries, man. And I'm not telling you because I know anything about anything. But Visionaries, man. Blessings. Nope. Not that.
You know who produced that, right?
You.
J Rock.
Really?
J Rock produced it.
Yo. So I at that point in time I saw freestyle art of rhyme. I was very creative in b-boying. And then I heard blessings. And I was like, no. This is not it. And I put two and two together. The dude rapping on blessings was Tumex.
Two Mix was the one that first started it off.
Yeah.
And then it was Danu,
Yep.
and then Lord Zen,
Found that out way later on.
and then Kiku is the one that ended it off, where he says, you know, Kobe on the mic, my Caprice Classic, Thoughts Come Thought.
That
You know,
every time I put you guys on my Instagram story, I put blessings on. Just because it's such a fucking hit home sound to me.
word. Thank you. That's one of our classic songs. I mean, shit. I always say J Rock gave us our first classic song. So J Rock produced that.
Nah, you guys do your own stuff, man.
But
Last topic I wanted to talk about was exactly the Visionaries.
yes, sir.
So you guys, you went in as a DJ and producer of the Visionaries. What was
Well, Kiko and I are the co-founders
uh-huh.
of Visionaries. So like that. So Visionaries was on the birth of Visionaries is on the Cosmonauts album and stuff. But yeah, so I mean, there's 5 MCs and I'm the DJ producer. Kiku is also the other main producer. So Key and I are the main producers. I'm the DJ, and then of course everyone's delicious. You know, Elemento, Kiku, Tumex, Lord Zen, Danu, and me.
Yo, but okay. So between you and Kiku and whoever else, how did you come up with that sound? Because literally,
Which one for Blessings?
yeah, man.
So the story of Blessings is funny because we were kind of wrapping up. Elemental wasn't. I forgot where was he. So we were about to drop another single. So the A side was Love Hip Hop. The B side was Blessings. We had another single out already before. That was featured on BeatJunkies Volume 1. But we were also trying to finish up the album Galleries. And basically, I was over at J Rock's house, and he was playing me beats. And I was like, "Yo, let me have that beat." Gave it to me on cassette. Gave it to the guys. Yo, here's a beat from Jay. I think should use this. And then like, basically, you know, like, guys went nuts. Kiku drove over to J Rock's house to get the beat, whatever, to record, or at least get the discs and stuff. Pretty much, yeah. That's how it is. That's. There's no special thing. It just worked out. Like, okay, they go, yo, this is a blessing. So when they came up the time Blessings, I took Eric B. Rakim, my melody, and scratch, you know, bless the mic, bless the mic, you know. So
yeah, no, I could hear that because Rakim's voice is iconic.
Man, like I said, it was honestly, we didn't think it was going to be a classic, honestly.
Oh, it is.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we know when we finally when we found out that it was actually, you know, like people grab, you know, like it was like, so during the time, you know, like half of us, like half the junkies were on, we used to be on radio. Mr. Chalk and J Rock were on Power 106. Melody, Babu, myself were on 92.3 The Beat. So, you know, we played on the mix shows and shit. But so Visionaries went on tour. We went to Japan, right? Did a Japan Hawaii tour and shit like that. And during that time, we were out there for a good 3 weeks and shit. So during that time, I guess that's, you know, it's been playing on the radio and the mix shows and shit. So we didn't know this.
yeah.
We get back, we come back to perform at this club called Unity. Rest in peace to Big B. You know, it was the dopest premier LA underground hip hop club. Anyone during that time performed there. Wu-Tang, Redman, Grave Diggers, whatever, whatnot. So, and then if you're an LA group and you got on the bill, made some, you know, like you kind of made some noise. So we came back and we got to perform. As soon as that song dropped, the whole place erupted. We were like, what the fuck? Cats were like singing the lyrics, and we didn't know this. So that's blessings to blessings.
Really?
Really? We just got back from Japan.
That's fucking nuts, man.
And so, you know, we're performing our set, and then we dropped that, and then the whole place went nuts. And we're just like, we were like, what the fuck just happened? You know? So
it's that kind of track.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's Visionary's first classic song, definitely. So yeah, so
I hope it wasn't bad of a time that you thought.
No, it's all good. No, it's good. I mean, I'm glad you're interested in hearing what I have to say. So,
No, absolutely I am, man. Anytime. Peace, homie.
sir.